Yo, what's up, people of the internet? What's up, Raptors fans? Hey, Raptors fans, how you guys doing? So you might have noticed that I didn't even stream after last game against Philly, and you gotta forgive me, but man, I gotta say I was shook. I've been shook lately. I've been absolutely shook out of my mind because this is not. So let me just turn down the music a bit. Music's a little bit too loud. How about that? Nice soft music there. There you go. Hey everybody, and welcome to Raptors Rewind. Let me change it. It says Rocket still, so let me just quickly edit that. I always forget something in this show. Properties. Wait. Let me figure. Where is this guy? Oh, here we go. Boom. 1 sec. There we go. All right, one more time for everybody. Welcome, hello, and welcome to Raptors Rewind. And oh my fucking god, guys. We did it. We actually won. We won a game. Oh my god. I'll tell you what, I have not been this miserable winning a game in a long time. Like, what is happening, man? Like I said, I didn't even bother streaming after the last game. I'm sorry. You know, I had some other stuff going on too, but I just got to say, like, just especially after the way we beat Philly last time, it's just humiliating, man. It's like, we should be better than this. And no question, there's some serious adjustments that need to happen now that Lowry's back and Ibaka. But, you know, we can talk all day. We can say all day. You know what? Yo, people who think Lowry is like in any way detrimental are clowns. Yo, you say that all day. You can say that for the next 10 years. I don't give a shit. He's good, right? But it's impossible to deny that it completely fucked our momentum. And obviously, he's a hungry guy, but he's already won a fucking chip, and he's been around for years. Like, these young guys really wanted a chip. And they really wanted to be a part of this team, right? And so they played and they performed at that level against the Lakers. Like, not so much against the Clippers, but you know what I'm saying. 10 great games without Lowry. Very impressive record. And now we fell to 5th seed. Well, let's just check the table now, actually, while we're here. But my God, guys. My God. First of all, Miami, overtime, absolute shit. Then Houston, just embarrassing. Philly, embarrassing. We kind of came back at the end. Man, I wasn't even watching the end of that Philly game. When they came back to it within 5, I was like, oh, that's great. But, man, too little, too late. Like, what kind of fucking strategy is that? Oh, yeah, maybe we'll just, like, fuck around and be shit until the last 5 minutes of the game and then see what happens. Fucking morons, man. Absolute shit play. And then tonight, what a fucking night. So we're in 5th now. Wait, 15-7? No, our record should be 16. Well, they haven't updated it yet. Anyway, we should be at 16-7 now. Celtics, Heat, and 76ers all at 17. We were ahead of them just a few days ago. We were ahead of them. Just a few fucking days ago, we were in 2nd in the East, and now we're in 5th seed, a game ahead of the Pacers. I'm just saying, whose fault is that? No one's fault. I'm not that guy. I'm not trying to bring the team down, but holy shit. We're not good. We're not as good as we thought we were at adjusting, man. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's check the box score. 1 sec. So, yeah, squeaking by. We squeaked by. Horrible, horrible game tonight from the Raptors. Very bad. Worse game from the Bulls. But, man, we did not capitalize on the billions of chances. I mean, when a team shoots that bad from a 3, you got to take advantage of that. Half their possessions, they're just giving up by taking bad shots, and yet we still are trailing like half the game to like a team that's won 8 games all season. That is so embarrassing, man. That is so embarrassing. All right, the box score. Let's see, Marc Gasol with 9. He almost got a double-double. Ibaka did, actually. 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 9 points. Pascal Siakam, 22. That's decent. Fred's obviously out, which is clearly a huge issue. Lowry with 11, 7 and 7. OG, 10. Some clutch points there. Powell, obviously, again, one of the few guys that... We're a good team. We're a good team when we're winning, and everyone steps up when we're winning. Suddenly, everyone's making all their shots. But fuck, if Powell isn't the only guy that is actually good when we're losing. Like, Powell gets mad, man. Powell puts in some fucking energy, and he goes out there and he tries to win the game back. But I tell you what, half of our players, for some reason, I don't know what it is, but we just clam up. We got this. I don't know if it's a distinctly Canadian thing. I mean, I grew up in Vancouver, and I was a Canucks fan for a long time. And if there's one thing the Canucks are good at is being good when it's obvious that they're good, and then as soon as there's any semblance of adversity, they just crumble, and it's as if they just don't believe there's good. They believe they're imposters, and fuck, man, I'm kind of feeling that from the Raptors right now. These guys just can't play when push comes to shove. Ibaka, yeah, he got the double-double, 15 rebounds. 15 rebounds, man. Good work, Ibaka. 11 points, 1 assist. And then on the Bulls side, they had some good, I mean, it was a pretty spread-out game. Levine with, is it Levine? I don't know. 20. Wendell Carter Jr. with 14. Chris Dunn, yada, yada, yada. I mean, I don't give a shit about the Bulls, let's be honest. But let's look at some of these stats. 729 three-pointers for the Raptors, right? 729. It's pretty good. Pretty good. It's not that good, actually. It's, what is that? That's a multiple. What is that multiple of? That's not, never mind. So, yeah, 24.1% from the line. The Bulls, on the other hand, 12 of 46. They took 17 more three-pointers chances than we did, and they actually have a higher percentage of getting them in. And I'll tell you one thing, man. We get scared of taking threes, or because of our piss-poor performance from the arc in the past few games, the whole team just is so wary of shooting a three, and there's a lot of fucking turnovers this game where we just rushed the basket, even though the Bulls, like, they're not really great at perimeter D. They're really good at, like, holding the key, though. And we were just honestly, we probably would have had better luck if we just threw shots in from the three. But instead, there was just this level of insecurity coming from the team, this level of, oh, I don't think we're good enough. Oh, I feel like, we're not worthy. Some bullshit. And so they're just trying to crash the basket when it's not obvious. Like, yeah, we can crash the basket on a fucking turnover. No problem. Fast break points, Powell's all about it, but fuck me, man. Free throws were abysmal at the beginning of the game. We came back at the end. We got 18 to 26, 69.2% from the line. Way more. We were able to draw the foul way more, which is, one of the reasons why we're still obviously more of an elite team than the Bulls. It didn't show it much tonight, but they only had 14 attempts. 10 went in from the line, 71.4%. So they had a higher percentage, but something like that, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because they barely got to the line as much as we did. I mean, that being said, what I was disappointed in with the Raptors tonight is, pardon me. Oh, Jesus. It's one of those nights, I'm telling you. Fucking Christ. As much as they got to the line a lot, it wasn't a lot of and ones. They could not fucking get the ball in the basket for so long, man. It's really embarrassing the way the Raptors have been playing. And before you say anything, the Bulls play the Heat, and it was close last night. No, I get it. No, it was close. I get it. But it wasn't this close. Like, how many minutes? Let me check. How many minutes of the game were the Bulls leading the Heat last night? Maybe a few. Maybe I'm not fully paying attention to what exactly happened there. But as far as I'm concerned, there was a bit more distance. Let's see. Okay, so the Bulls... maybe my theory is incorrect. I mean, that was a close game too. Okay, so the Bulls are doing great. But I guess then the question really turns to the drive of these players. The Heat weren't down 3 in a row coming into a team that's supposed to be, shittier, and then still floundering it, you know? And yeah. The Bulls are on a momentum, 2-game losing momentum or whatever. But for fucking Christ's sakes, man, it's like when you're down and you need a win, you need a W to get the momentum back, and you're finally, after 3 tough games, playing a team that should theoretically be easier, you cannot play like you played tonight, man. That was embarrassing. I'm anxious to see what happens next with the Raptors because as of right now, they have lost the magic, man. They have lost the magic. 15 turnovers. As to 13 from the Bulls. 9 steals, nothing special. A couple of good blocks. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's not good. It's not good basketball. The Raptors are not living up to my expectations, I'll tell you that much. Who are we playing next? Oh, great. We're playing the Clippers. If you like this game, you're going to love how we play the Clippers. Holy Christ, man. I'll give you one. I'll tell you one thing, though. Looks like I was just on my phone. I was at the bar the other night. I was having a good time. I was doing stuff, you know. I was out and about, hanging out. Not a care in the world. The Raptors weren't playing. I wasn't even thinking about basketball, really, but check my phone. Just out of, you know, because that's what you do. Just checked my phone the other day, and I'm looking at the scores, and suddenly something pops out to me. I'm like, wait, what the hell is going on here? Clippers are playing the Bucks, and it ends. And what was the final score here? 119-91. A 28-point lead. 28-point lead. Yeah, I mean, the Bucks, nothing to trifle with, but when a team like the Clippers goes down to, I think the Raptors suck right now. They sucked for the past 4 games. Just crap. They sucked after the first half of the Utah Jazz game. They sucked in the second half. But we don't lose by 28 points. So, I mean, there's also a lot of parity in the league. Like, I'm just fucking around. This whole thing, man, like, this is an exercise in entertainment. I'm here to have a good time and fucking talk basketball. But I'll tell you one thing. We don't lose by 28 fucking points. So who knows what's going to happen with the Clippers. But any trust that I have or that I had in Nick's ability to just pull these insane defensive plays and strategies out of his ass and just shut down other teams are completely, that trust is out the window for me right now. Their defense has been piss poor since Lowry got back. And I don't know whose fault it is. I don't know if it's Lowry directly or just the fact that something's checking up. But just this team is playing like fucking trash. Garbage. It's no help that Van Vliet's out, but fucking just crap, man. Shitty fucking team right now. So, yeah, maybe. Sure, the Clippers, they lost against the Bucks, and they lost big, but that doesn't mean a fucking thing for the Raptors right now in our state, man. I'm not going to trust this team until they earn my fucking trust again, I tell you that much. This is no good. But anyway. Horrible officiating. Yeah. A lot of horrible calls. This is happening a lot with the Raptors, but it's not really just a Raptors problem, honestly. It is a league-wide thing, and it comes down to that a lot of the veteran officials have been retiring recently. We're seeing a lot of younger blood, and this younger blood is fucking shitty at refereeing. Like, some of the calls that they miss is just egregious. I mean, the only sort of respite from the fact that we got robbed of so many fucking free throws, so many chances, that horrible turnover in the last 8 seconds of the game. One of the most embarrassing, if I was a ref, I would quit my job after that call. One of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen in my life. The respite is, there was definitely a couple of fouls that we could have been called on the other end that we didn't get called on. So, hey, I'm pissed at the refs. I think they're fucking trash, but at least they're trash for everyone. At least the entire league is dealing with this amateur hour where literally I could show up with a fucking whistle and do a better job. So, yeah, horrible officiating, garbage calls, but hey, at least it's fair, right? At least we're all getting fucked the exact same amount. You gotta share the fuckage. You gotta get fucked the same amount. As a Canadian, as an avid Canadian who believes in our socialist healthcare system and our libraries and our public schools, I believe that we should also bring socialism to getting fucked by NBA refs. You gotta share that. You gotta share that shit. Horrible, man. Embarrassing. I am so surprised. Like, I've been to fucking minor league games. Minor league hockey games where the refs would be better NBA refs than these fucking garbage idiots. Take the jersey off. You don't deserve it. You guys are fucking embarrassing, man. Just a load of horse shit. I kind of already talked about the last 3 games, so there's not much to say there other than I can turn my rage back from the refs to the Raptors again, because, God, the Raptors have just been fucking garbage. And hey, you know what? Some validity to the whole thing is Boucher was good tonight, and Davis was good tonight, you know? Like, these, you know, Hollis Jefferson's good tonight, but he's still learning how to adjust to having, like, real minutes with the regular bench, you know? But, like, this bench mob guys are good, man. They care more. They want it more. It's just obvious that they just really have more at stake. They have more on the line than guys like Lowry, that's for sure. Terrence Davis only got 2 points, but he was making plays. He was driving. He just had energy. And, like, yo, I get, like, guys like Siakam and everybody, they're drained, but the Bulls just played last night too, you know? You were most improved player in the fucking league. You got to show up. Show the fuck up, man. Show up, Toronto. And Norman Powell, yeah. Why is it that this guy, like I said, is the only guy that knows how to get angry? The only guy that, I mean, Lowry gets angry, but Lowry's a talker, not a player, man. He's going to be a great coach one day, but not a great basketball player. Maybe the worst. No, I'm just kidding. He's a good player, but, like, come on, man. Powell doesn't talk. He just drives the net and he scores. And, I mean, you can't win a basketball game with fucking dialogue, man. You got to win it with a fucking ball in the fucking basket. So I just want to commend Powell on once again sort of carrying us when we're in need. There's there's a lot more sort of meta in-depth analysis we could talk about in terms of how, like I said a few episodes ago, the scouts have started to realize that Siakam is a bigger threat than they thought he was, so they're doubling up on him and they're playing harder defense on him and all that, yada, yada, yada. I get it. But it's like, that was an inevitability. At some point, he was going to get good enough where that was the truth. So he needs to now step the fuck up. And if he can't, then maybe he's definitely not in the running at all for MVP. He shouldn't be. Because this is what MVPs have to deal with. Do you think Giannis doesn't get to the bucket when he has D draped over him? No, he figures out a fucking way to do it. All in all, just a really, really, really boring game. And like I said earlier, the most disappointing win I've experienced with the Raptors. I mean, this season for sure, but in a long time, I'd say. I mean, every time we play the Magic, it's like this too. I don't know. There's some of these teams, but it's just like, goddamn, so lame, just trash, and God, they need to get better. I mean, the season's young. I think it should go one of two ways. If they really can't get their shit together and be a top 4 seed soon, I think they should maybe try going to just be like a 7th or 8th and really start experimenting more with the bench. Because, next year we'll get rid of Lowry, maybe trade some people, and just work on our young guys. Sign Van Vliet for more money. Siakam, I mean, Ibaka and Gasol are great. Mostly just Lowry is a big cap space issue. If we get rid of him and we just work this year on just really developing our bench, I think next year will be great. But as of right now, it's either get good soon or just kind of, just use this season to experiment. Don't try to stay in the running if you're going to be this pathetic. Because, there's no second place. There's no silver Larry O'Brien, you know what I'm saying? There's one fucking trophy, one fucking set of rings. So, you get it or you don't. We play the Clippers on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Like I said, the Clippers suffered a pretty heavy loss to the Bucks the other day, so who knows how that's going to go. It'll be cool to see Kawhi get the ring. But I think a lot of Toronto fans, since the season has started, have come to really be pretty disillusioned with the way Kawhi is just an emotionless person who, as much as he gave us lip service at the start of the season and was like, "Oh yeah, thanks so much Toronto for everything," you can tell he really doesn't give a shit. And I think I don't know if it's a personal slight to Toronto or if it's just he really is not able to convey anything. But he hasn't been that great. Really not a great guy. And so I don't know how the fans will react, but I personally don't give one fucking shit about that. The Nets and the Raptors then on Saturday. We got a couple days off, which thank God. I mean, the Raptors need to spend some time in the fucking gym. Work out some kinks, man, because Jesus Christ, they suck right now. Have I told you the Raptors suck? Good, because they suck. They're fucking shit. The Nets, 7th seed right now, 13-10. We'll see how this goes. They've been playing very well without Kyrie, which is, I think, the real fun little tidbit of the season is just how ever since Kyrie left the Cavs, it's just like, dude, is this guy even good? He's an asshole. He's got good stats, but like, I think he's just kind of like, he's such a disruptive force on a team. And I think that if you're playing team ball, I mean, obviously Kyrie's not a big enough superstar to carry anybody on his own. He's clearly not that good. He was LeBron's second. He's not the all-star. He's like the sidekick. And if he's supposed to be the all-star, I mean, it's not going to work like that. He needs to be in a team unity sort of team. And he's definitely the last guy in the fucking league that can provide that. So it's kind of funny. But, yeah, so we'll be playing the Nets. Who knows what'll happen there? I mean, they beat the Nuggets 105-102. The Nuggets are a great team this year. They've been on a streak, actually. Holy shit. 3-point loss to the Heat a couple weeks ago. No, I mean, the Nets look good. I think they're getting better. Well, I mean, obviously, the whole story, again, is the fact that ever since Kyrie's been injured, they're really good. So let's see how that plays out for us. We suck against plus 500 teams right now. We're just trash, so this might be fun. What else we got after that? What's going on after? Let's go back to the table. Where are you? After the Nets, we got the Cavs, which, I mean, thankfully the Cavs and the Pistons and the Wizards, we got 3 in a row, which, I mean, that's so easy that if they lose any of those, I mean, I think I'll be honest, I'm going to stop doing this show. Because what's the point? Like, the problem with starting to set up a show like this is people don't go on the internet to watch recaps of games where their team fucking lost. I mean, some people do. But more people like to watch the recap when we win because it's exciting to watch it again. Right? Not so much fun to rewatch a humiliating defeat. If we lose against the Cavs, I guarantee, even if I do the show, no one will see it. It'll stay online for weeks, and it'll still have 0 views. And I'll admit that maybe I hit like the 70 or 80 viewers mark after a day. I'm young. I'm new here. But if we lose against the fucking Cavs, no one will ever go on YouTube and hit the search bar and say, recap Raptors versus Cavs. You know? Just shit. All right, I mean, yeah, we got a pretty easy schedule other than the Clippers. The Nets, I see. My predictions are this. We're going to definitely lose against the Clippers. We're going to squeak by maybe the Nets, but that's up in the open. I can't guarantee we're going to win against the Nets. The Cavs and the Pistons, we're going to win. The Pistons game is going to be closer than it should be, for sure. And then the Wizards, honestly, that's far enough away with momentum that it's going to go one of two ways. If we squeak by the Pistons, we lose against the Wizards. But if by then we've got some semblance of mojo back, some semblance of being an actual top 5 team in the East, we'll crush them. But at this point, man, we got full-on ugly girlfriend syndrome. And I'm referencing a Moneyball term. I don't know. You know what? I take that back. That's so fucking rude, man. Ugly girlfriend syndrome. There is no one standard for beauty in this world, man. And I don't mean to be an expert, but if you care about someone and you find them attractive, it doesn't matter what other people think. So you just need to go about your day and be who you want to be and don't listen to other people. Everyone has beauty in them, both inside and outside. I believe that it's not something I'm not somebody who prescribes this, oh, you're beautiful on the inside. When you say you're beautiful on the inside, what you're saying to that person is that they're fucking not beautiful on the outside. I think that with the rise of people like Adam Driver and a lot of these new models and supermodels, people are fucking weird looking. I think that at the end of the day, everyone's just a weird looking person. So if you think you're weird looking, you might actually be pretty hot to somebody. I don't know. You know what? God or whoever the fuck is up there gave everyone features, positive features. It could be your nose. And I'm talking about physical features only. I think we're all beautiful on the inside. I mean, we all got our demons, but we also all got some beautiful things on the inside. But going back to the whole, if you tell somebody they're beautiful on the inside, they're probably ugly on the outside thing, like, don't say that, because I think everyone's got at least one physical feature that is beautiful. It could be your nose, or, like, your skin is good, or your feet are big, which means your dick's probably pretty big, or, like, you have a nice beard, or you have nice hair. But you know what? If you look in the mirror one day and you're like, ugh, I think I fucking hate this. Like my teeth are crooked. Shut the fuck up, because you probably have the nicest ears of all your friends, and they probably are like, fuck, man, they got really nice ears, and I wish and then they go home and they look in their mirror and they're like, my ears are too floppy or whatever. And that person has to shut the fuck up too, because they have great eyebrows, you know? Like, everyone is beautiful. And comparing yourselves to these perfect standards of beauty are not only toxic, but it's false, man. These people that you look up to and you think that they are gorgeous are fake people. It's fake. It's all fake, man. You ever go on Instagram and you see somebody and they're super hot, and you meet them in person and you're like, what the fuck? That's like everyone. You cannot trust that somebody even looks anything like they do unless you met them in person. So stop working your self-esteem up, man. Why do that? That's like hanging out with, that's like being an idiot and hanging out with, like, Mensa kids. It's like, yeah, you don't want to, you want to know a way to feel stupid? Be an averagely intelligent person and hang out with Mensa kids. Just don't fucking do it. Hang out with regular kids like you. Don't make yourself feel like shit. So that was the Raptors squeaking out against the Bulls. Weird game. We'll see what happens soon, but I don't fucking know, man. Anyway, it's been a treat. It's been a slice. Love you guys. We'll see you again on Wednesday. Holy shit. You know what? I probably won't see you on Wednesday. I'm going to go play poker on Wednesday. I might do a live stream from poker, but I honestly feel like at this point, I'm going to call it now. We're going to lose against the Clippers, so I might take the night off because luckily the Raptors have been so shitty lately that I don't feel like I have to be following everything because I can kind of predict the outcome. So I'm playing poker. I'll probably win. I'm very good. I might do a live stream. I might get a couple beers in me at poker and then do like a phone live stream or something. It won't be the same quality as this, but it'll be something. But yeah, thanks everybody for listening. This has been Raptors Rewind. The Raptors at the Bulls. We win with a final score of 90. What? 90 who? 93-92. Oh boy, what a game. All right, guys. See you later.